We're live at Bristol Motor Speedway for race number 9 of the top tier O'Reilly series. As qualifying right now underway here tonight. Before we go, 300 laps of racing here in the last great Coliseum as Christian Proctor currently on top of the board with a 15.7 now. Mr. McGill on top of the board as qualifying lap times are coming in hot here. Only 15-second lap times are going to come in quick. Right now, currently, Jack to up to third. Now Christian Proctor back up to first. Now Michael Wiseman, now Canova up in position there. So he's just gonna do one lap and he's gonna put on pole position for now. 15.419 Andrew Jones. On the racetrack, currently 60 drivers have set a lap time so far tonight. Jones on 13th. Can he improve at all? Off turn 4, gonna hit the outside wall, gonna invalidate his last lap there. Brian Lorenzo, he's been really quick in qualifying so far this season. His first time lap looks to 15.780, puts him around 12. Can he improve and get himself inside the top 10 possibly here? We were 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, he will go to 6, so move himself inside the top 10 pretty easily there. One driver left on track. It's Brady Floyd. 2 minutes left in qualifying. Here comes Floyd on his first time to lap. And hanging that bomb on the racetrack, we'll see if he can go quicker. 15.929. I put him around 16th place. Off of turn 4. 15.714. That'll put him inside the top 10. Put him in 9th place there. A minute 20 left. 4 drivers, like I mentioned, have yet to qualify so far. Jake Raven, Rachel Sullivan, Dan Farron, and Robert Altman have yet to attempt a lap here. So they still have time, though. A minute left in the session to do so. As we'll see in the meantime, if any of those 4 drivers go out on the racetrack, the self-time in total with around 30 seconds left to go. Looks like they will not be putting in a lap time here tonight at Bristol. So, that being said, Dylan Canova will be on a pole position here tonight at Bristol momentarily here. 15 seconds until it is official. There it is. It's official right there. Dylan Canova will be on pole position here tonight at Bristol. So these drivers is going to do a little drivers meeting and also few warm-up laps as well. We'll take a quick break and we'll step aside here at Bristol Motor Speedway and we'll be right back here from the last great Coliseum. back live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. These drivers green up for the Ager Esports battle at Bristol 150. So take a quick look at our starting lap here for tonight's 300 lap race, 150 miles in total. Don't go to one pole position here earlier tonight. Michael Wiseman will start alongside him in second. Christian Proctor in third, Nick Ruffini in fourth. Bryson Anderson in fifth, Brian Lorenzo in sixth. Jeremy Gill 7th, David Shively in 8th. Brady Floyd 9th, Drafty Beef rounding out the top 10. Nikuko 11th, Carson Rowland in 12th. 13th is Jacob Wilson, 14th is Marty White. 15th, Andrew Jones. 16th is Tom Lanier. Names will be 17th, Thomas Osborne will be 18th. Jorge Lesman Jr. 19th, Jonathan Marsh in 20th. Eddie Van Kirk 21st, Christian Macrelli in 22nd. Dan Fair in 23rd, Jake Groh in 24th. Robert Altman 24th, 25th, Rachel Sullivan will round out our 26 car field here tonight at Bristol. The 224 machine there. Drivers making their way through turn 3 and 4 on their first pace lap tonight. Take a quick look at our weather here for tonight's race. Mid-April, just how it is in real life, nighttime. So pretty actually, looks like it's actually the exact same time it is here in the Central Time Zone. But obviously Eastern Time, so a little off, but pretty much the same exact time, 7:34, and it is 7:33 in Eastern Time, or the Central Time Zone right now. So it's track temp 7 degrees, so pretty cool track temp overall. I'm sure it'll be pretty cool as well tonight, with the track temp just going down, down, and more down. These drivers make their way through turn number 4. Pace car gonna pull off on the pit road here any moment now. Down the pit road, the pace car goes, and then Dylan Canova will lead us to green here tonight. The Ager Esports battle at Bristol, and green flag is out. We're underway here for 300 laps at the last Great Coliseum. As off of turn number 1, Canova will lead down to turn 3. Looks like he'll lead lap number 1 as well, as Michael Wiseman right behind him in second. Christian Proctor in third as the top three really pulled away. Jeremy Gill, Nick Ruffini side by side, duking out for 4th and 5th. Already about a second and a half behind our race leaders, like an instant already in 1 lap. Very quickly, things happen around here at Bristol. Looks like Jeremy Gill will clear though of Nick Ruffini, as Michael Wiseman just has to fast up the race there in second. As most of the field getting single file back out here quickly, as I mentioned, his lap times are going to come out here quick, only 15-second lap times here around Bristol Motor Speedway. These guys, oh, we got a car spinning in the background. It's a 57 machine of Thomas Osborne. Will that bring out the yellow? No, it does not. It looks like we stayed green here on lap number 5. Osborne loose though. Through turn number 1 and 2. Drifted pretty much the whole corner there. Just lost it back in there. Slideways through turn 2. And luckily no one hit him, and he got pretty much locked back down and kept it going straight, but he's got to drop all the way back into last place and 26th place there here early on in this race, lap number 6. Must feel really quickly single filing out here at Bristol. Did not expect this early on. We're only in the first 10 laps completed. I have some battles here and early on back. Yeah, Bryson Anderson and Jonathan Marsh side by side here. This is for 20 seconds. Marsh looking like the outside lane not working too well. So I think it's gonna be more of an inside lane dominant race tonight. It seems like a lot of drivers run that inside line. See Dylan Canova, our race leader, on the inside. Looks like Wiseman running a little bit further up the top here. 10 laps in this race. There's a little bit of time on that 7 machine already. It's Kenny Kuko, Drafty Beef. Looks like Drafty Beef gets around Kenny Kuko. There's Marty White. Side by side here with Jacob Wilson. White loose on the inside. He might lose a spot here to Carson Rowland off of turn number 4. Side by side through 1 and 2 as well. Carson really on the top side, making it work there off of turn number 2. Looks like he'll clear the 1. Will he hang on through turn 2? Yes, he will. He'll get inside into that 12th place spot right there. Go for on back, Jake Raven, Robert Altman looks like spin on the front straightaway. Will that bring out the yellow? No, it won't. We are still green though. Car spun on the inside between turn 4 and turn 1 on the front straightaway. We are still green here at Bristol. No caution is flown yet. I'm not sure if you can get that turned around without having a caution come out. Let's take a look what happened there. 94 side by side just got a little bit looser off the turn number 4 there. As we're still not under caution now. Owen backing up on the racetrack. He's going to go mini laps down already. And his night's going to be over. Good finish for him. Going to be very tough to come by. He's backwards on the racetrack. Trying not to bring out the yellow, but he may just bring out the yellow here in turn number 1. No, yellow's still not out yet. So we stayed green there. No caution out. Zoe spinning back, that's Murray White overcorrecting the outside wall. Everyone else to the board, and the caution was, Bryson Anderson gets in the left rear of Marty White. And White blowing up there on the front shoulder. That's going to bring yellow number 1 out on lap number 21. Assar in the background there. A nice opening green flag run there. But ends in disaster for those 2 drivers. See what kind of transpired here. Looks like Marty White just came loose there. As up the hill he goes, got loose in the middle corner, couldn't save it, overcorrects in the outside wall. Goes below the racetrack, and Bryson Anderson has nowhere really to go. I'm not sure what his point of view there was. Just chose one way and chose drawing pretty much. He stayed up top kind of where he was, he would have made it through easily, but you just have split-second decisions. You can't really think about it too much, obviously, because you just don't have enough time. So fortunately he chose wrong there. Looks like no one's good coming down pit lane though. It looks like at least the top few drivers. I don't see anyone. Yeah, no one coming down pit lane. So a few takers there. Dan Farron, Jake Raven, but mostly everyone else just staying out. I believe it might be choose cone this time by, yes it is. It's gonna be choosing the bomb, there, no surprises there. Just on the pit road. Don't get away, list the green once again. Green flag is out. On the way here at Bristol once again. A little bit of tire spin there maybe for a few of these drivers, but everyone making it through pretty cleanly and soundly. But here comes Michael Wiseman with a great run off of turn number 2. He's going to challenge our race leader really for the first time tonight. Off of turn number 4. Wiseman on the top side, Canova a bit loose. He's going to lead that lap there for first lap led here from Michael Wiseman on lap number 27. It looks like, wow, Wiseman will clear here for the race lead out in front. So we got a new race leader. You know, we're going to challenge here. He's going to go run off of turn 4. We go to the inside now. Can he make the inside lane work? Yes, he will. Wow. So we just saw the outside lane make it past the race lane. Now we saw the inside there. So both these lanes pretty even on how hard these drivers push it. And caution is back out on the racetrack here. Looks like David Shipley destroyed back in the 85 machine. Just got loose and overcorrects. Kind of the same thing Marty White did. Same exact situation kind of there. And around he goes. Luckily no one else too severely damaged from that one, but second caution right here on lap number 30. Yeah, it looks like way around coming there on the outside. This car lights off there. Choose cone once again as well. Yeah, it's currently, I think we lost a few drivers there. At least one lap down. Tom Lanier down pit lane. Robert Altman, David Shively, Bryson Anderson, Marty White, and Rachel Sullivan all multiple laps down. A couple of those drivers out of tonight's race early game involved in those instances as well. But so far, 20 drivers on the lap. Last one being Jake Raven and Dan Farron, who just came out of pit lane, topping off on fuel. So we'll see how it plays out here in lap number 33. As green flag is back out. We're back on the way here at Bristol. Yokonova with a good launch to the inside there once again, but Michael Wiseman going to clear on the outside of Christian Proctor for P number 2. We saw last time Wiseman was able to battle Canova for a bit, but I think this time Canova kind of learned his lesson and just got a better restart, and now he has about a 4-car length lead off of turn number 2. And now Wiseman will got to chase him down once again like he did in the opening 20 laps. The sun has already set here pretty quickly. I think it might be 2 times speed. Yeah, it looks like it's 2 times speed tonight, so definitely will turn nighttime here very quickly. If, frankly, I don't think it has already technically. It should go very quickly into the nighttime here as well. Proctor kind of within striking distance here of Michael Wiseman. The most of the field single filed out for the most part, kind of what we saw in the beginning of this race. Very quickly single filed. And I think tire saving is definitely going to be a strategy kind of here tonight. Overall, I mean, 3 laps at Bristol is a pretty long time lap-wise, but time-wise, not too much. Probably like an hour and a half long race. So nothing too crazy that these drivers haven't seen before, but it's still 3 laps at Bristol. It's 600 times you're going around. Well, pretty much, I guess, 1,200 times around each turn, but I guess each corner is 600 times, so you definitely have no break. As here comes Kenny Kuko to the inside, Brave Floyd Kuko loose there. A lot of these drivers get a bit loose off of these exits of corner, off of turn 2, off of turn 4. So definitely gonna be gotta manage your rear tires. It seems like right front doesn't seem like too worn in for most of these drivers. They're able to turn this and rotate the car around. Oh, you just saw Brave Floyd get really loose off of turn number 2. Just mostly just the looseness off of these corners. I have a feeling it's really going to be impacting these drivers' handling ability and management throughout this race, especially if we go green for long periods of time as well. I'm not long into the race, and you can just see how quickly the tire has worn out. But up to second place here, Christian Proctor and Michael Osmond pretty close together, but Dylan Canoa 1.3 second lead of the rest of the field as Kenny Kuko, Brave Floyd close together. Pack of cars behind them. Looks like Jorge Lesman Jr. and Carson Roland as Roland gets by Lesman Jr. So we'll go on board here with Christian Proctor and see how much throttle control is on these exits of these corners. It seems like there's quite a bit here with how loose these race cars are. Brian Lorenzo slowly but surely creeping into this top 3 battle here. Kind of in the boost of this kind of 3-car train. Jeremy Gill and Nick Ruffini kind of side by side here. Off of turn number 2. Gill a bit loose there. Gonna lose a little time to that 04 machine up ahead. Because I'm not quite sure how long these drivers can go on and take a fuel. I'd assume they're probably go at least 100 or so laps, give or take. We'll see these drivers also pay for tires. It could be a two-stop race tonight. They pit around every 100 laps or so. Brian Lorenzo closing that gap down big time here to Christian Proctor. Looks like Michael Wiseman kind of pulled away there from Christian Proctor as well, but he's catching up to Dylan Canova so a little bit here. Is Canova running the outside line now. As you can see how loose he got there off of turn number 4. Everyone's kind of fighting some looseness in the race car right now currently. Caution is out on the racetrack there. Looks like Thomas Osborne around as Brian Lorenzo having to avoid him as well. Oh, looks like Robert Altman got into the back there of Thomas Osborne. That brings our third caution out here. Oh, Dylan Canova having to avoid there. Hits the outside wall. How damages his race car from that one? That could be a big implication there. Wow. Dylan Canova looks like he's coming down pit lane. No, his race is over. He's gonna he's gonna stop. And not sure if he had internet issues or whatnot, but he stops on the racetrack. Let's kind of take a look at his onboard. Oh, that's a hard hit right there. We can zoom into this kind of damage. I mean, that looks like a hard hit to that right front there. That's having the machine, and you can see a little crinkled up there. Nothing. Oh, he's hitting that wall again. I think he might have like connection issues or something happened there. That's him in the machine. So he'll have to come down pit lane, fix some damage, and that's gonna be tough for him. The track position is gonna be so important tonight. I have a feeling. His car lights are off. Juice comes this time as well. And Mike Washington on the outside line here. Going to green this time as well, so we'll green next time by. We're about 1/5 of the way through already tonight. Here's some more choose cone activities, but I think they already kind of chose, so just for show there. Looks like a delayed green again. Not sure what's the issue here. Trying to maybe sort some things out. Looks like still not going green this time by either. So don't gonna be one lap down right now, as well as he needs delayed cautions. Definitely help out sending the machine out and fixing some of that damaged. That he has. So we got 240 laps to go, which is, if this thing does go green the rest of the way, it would be about an hour long. There you go. Base light's officially off now, so we should be going green at this time by. Pace cars off, and we are officially back underway here at Bristol. As it looks like the top 6 drivers have not paid yet so far. The rest of the field has token tires, so that strategy works out for these drivers here in these opening few laps. Can they hang on even those older tires? Can those drivers on those newer tires? Another storyline as well. Don't know what could be a 1 lap down for now. We'll see if we can get back to that lead lap. That was blown engine there. Someone blew their engine. That's Thomas Osborne, maybe, perhaps. No. He was slow for a moment. Someone has a blown engine. Just sort of big time there. Yeah, it was Thomas Osborne, but he was not the one that blew his engine. Just lost it underneath Jorge Lesmo Jr., but luckily for Don Canova, he'll get his lucky dog right there, and he'll get back his lead lap. As well. So in the meantime, though, we're gonna take a quick little break. We're right back here from Bristol, the Ager Esports Battle at Bristol 150. I was back live here at Bristol, about to go back green out right after the truce cone. This goes off, and green flag there for Michael Wiseman. Low spins the tires just a little bit there. He gets off to a great launch though, off of turn number 2 there. King Hugo side by side there with Dan Ames. Ames is one of the drivers who has yet to pit so far tonight, as well as its whole top 5 has yet to pit. Everyone 5th on back for the most part has pit, except maybe a couple handful of drivers. Here comes King Hugo. You see how much better those newer tires are compared to those older tires. So just easily able to work at that inside line, make things work. Trying to go brake fluid side by side here through turn 1 and turn 2. King Kugo kind of just stuck behind, I assume he's turn 3 and 4. But King Kugo kind of just stuck behind these 2 drivers right now. Not able to do much as we go on board with that 71 machine. Just not able to do much at all there. Just stuck behind these 2, nowhere else to go right now currently. I hope one of these drivers do make a mistake right now. As there goes the outside here of Jeremy Gill, but Gill is get around on Brady Floyd there off of turn number 2 there. As here comes Christian Proctor as well. He's in the mix of this as here comes Nick Ruffini and Carson Rowland as well. So you got 6 cars 3 rows deep here at Bristol, looking like a restart. As there's still Sarah says Brady Floyd on the outside wall. Around he goes Christian Proctor and Floyd tag again. And that's a big pile up there off of turn 2. A big chunk and more drivers junking in. That has to be at least 8 cars, 9 cars involved there. And we have our first parking lot of the night. You know, number 78. Insane right there. Those are, wow. It's kind of 2 separate incidents there behind Proctor and Floyd, but take a quick look at what kind of transpired there here on the entry to turn number 1. Floyd gets loose right there. Proctor gives him a little tap, gets him a little unsettled, and Floyd bats off the wall. Proctor doesn't really check up in time there, and a bunch of drivers involved off of turn number 2. Drivers blowing up engines as well, not able to react in time. Tanningham's actually hitting the inside barrel there. I think blowing his engine and ending his night prematurely as well. So that's kind of what Bristol entails, though. That's a small racetrack. You don't have much time to really make quick decisions. So you can, well, you don't have time. You can only really make quick decisions here in Bristol. That's what can happen here. Big pile up turns. Happens very quickly, especially how small this racetrack is, only 15 seconds around, so you don't have time to really do much if you see him wrecking in front of you. So here we go, about to go green here. His car lights are off. Green flag is out. We're back underway here at Bristol. Only 10 cars on the lap after the big one there, so a lot of drivers out early tonight before we're even halfway through, before we even reach lap 100. A lot of drivers one lap down, fixing damage and just being involved in those wrecks there. There's only one driver who's yet to pit his cautions out. As I was gonna say, Andrew Jones has not pitted yet so far tonight. Looks like Brian Lorenzo was involved in that wreck there. Got spun there off of turn number 2, back from the outside wall, and oh, Floyd hard looking to him and nowhere to go. A bunch of other drivers involved as well. And this race has turned into a junk fest kind of these past few restarts and moments. Boy, nowhere really to go there. I think he might have got pushed there from behind by Thomas Osborne. As Floyd was checking up Osborne, not seeing anything in front of him. And he has nowhere to go. There's another blown engine there. I know. Pretty sure I have no idea who that was, but just going to spot time. Looks like Kenny Kuko down on the inside. Nick Ruffini in second. Well, he was in second, but now he's going to be lined up in third, technically speaking. Pace car is off, and Kenny Kuko leads to the green. Green flag is back out. We're underway here at Bristol. As a top 4, top 5 single file out quickly. Michael Wiseman quick to make some moves here on the opening lap here after the restart. Just pitted 10 laps ago, has one of the freshest tires on the field, at least in the top 5. He's looking really good right now. So now he's up to second. As Wiseman on the outside, get a clear for the race lead down into number 1 of Kenny Kuko. Now Wiseman in control. Now Dylan Canova trying to fight his way back onto the lap. He's probably one of the quickest drivers, and he can probably take the fight to Michael Wiseman. So side by side line of Kenny Kuko and Christian Proctor. Proctor to the inside. Kuko struggling. Hits the outside wall, scrapes it. He's going to go from second to fifth, or just like that. And he might go on the yeah, he's actually spin further on back, it looks like. It sounds like there's no big call. Big contact there. Dylan Canova, Carson Roland involved there, and Canova's night goes from worse to even worse. as he's not seemed too happy there with Carson Rolands. So looks like Roland kind of just chopped him off on the entry to turn number 1, and Canova was having none of that. So we can get a better view of that one there, I think. So this is off turn number 4, Canova with a good run. As the run looks to the inside, Roland kind of blocks there. I mean, Canova is there. And you have none of that pretty much there. But in the meantime, we can bring in a few drivers in the infield carry soon. They will bring in the 7 machine here, Jacob Wilson. Here in a moment. Going second, the points, not having a good night tonight. Hello, Jacob. This is Booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
So right now, currently second in the points, but obviously tonight's not going your way at all. But any chance you can maybe salvage that race car and bring it back out, or pretty much can be done for the night?
No, we're done for the night. It blew up after that that last last contact, last caution. So I already had about a minute and a half left of damage from that first wreck. But I mean, both times there was just nowhere for me to go, and I was on the brakes as hard as I could be, and it just, you know, bad luck. You know, which just kind of seems the way the last few weeks have gone. So we'll load it up and we'll come back next week. You know, we're pretty much locked in, I think, to the playoffs, or I guess the chase. But hopefully we can turn our luck around in Kansas and head into the chase, and you know, kind of pick up our form, kind of where we were at the beginning of the season, and see if we can run for a championship.
And definitely a great mindset. So unfortunate for you tonight. Still, like you said, still solid. A lot of people had bad nights tonight. Still only 7 laps ago, but you're still good in the points from the looks of it for now. So we'll see you next week at Kansas, like you said.
All right, thanks, Talon.
So it's Jacob Wilson, currently in 16th place, not able to come back out on the racetrack. I mean, technically speaking, he probably could. He does have the time to do so, I think. We'll see. Still 200 laps to go, and right now we only have 8 cars on the lead lap. And we had a pretty clean first 50 laps, but then those last 50 laps, all the chaos broke through. The pace car is off and back underway, and green flag is out. We're underway here at Bristol. Michael Wiseman got clear in the turn number 1 of Christian Proctor. It's Proctor and Gill right there in the outside wall slightly. We have a 3-car battle kind of here for second place currently. To kind of spraying out here, Christian Proctor set the fast lap of the race right there last time by. He's looking like trying to catch Michael Wiseman. As always, losing it. Maybe pushing this a little bit too hard to go 3 wide. As Gill loses as well. And look, Nick Ruffini goes from 4th to 2nd. Just like that, as Gil's still losing it. And here comes Kenny Kuko as well. As Gil losing it, hits the outside wall. His tires seem like they're gone. As Kosh is back out on the racetrack right now. Lap 107. Not sure what happened there. See the great battle there for second, well, third, fourth, and fifth place pretty much. Not sure what brought out the yellows. Thomas Osborne spinning on each turn at number 1. Brings up the yellow. So we're bringing another driver who's in the infield care center right now. Bringing Jorge Lesma Jr. That 44 machine. Currently sitting on a 19th place spot. Oh, Jorge, you got copy?
Yeah, I do.
So currently you're 19th place there, not having the night obviously you wanted, but still about 2 laps to go. You're able to get that thing fixed up and maybe get a few more spots here before the night's over?
Unfortunately, man, it feels like these cars are made of glass tonight, dude. There's blown engines for even the slightest of hits, and but yeah, unfortunately, I'm out, Drafty's out, Jake Raven, all from that wreck. You know, all blown engines, and so it's very interesting how fragile these cars seem to be here, and so
yeah, I mean, we mix with the high speeds here at Bristol, and also how short this racetrack is. Not a good mix right there. But overall, to kind of just talk us through your night, I guess before that point, and kind of what led up to that right there.
I mean, honestly, didn't have a great qualifying run, and I mean, I'm not a very good qualifier anyways. I focus mainly for the long run at this track, trying to save, you know, especially the right side for the tires, and honestly made up spots and was just kind of cruising there behind my teammates Drafty and Jacob, and we were just, you know, just trying to kick down the laps. But you know, caution fell, we pitted, got back out there, and we're just trying to, you know, to see what happens. And but unfortunately, wreck happened. Car was the track was blocked, and nowhere to go for a lot of us, and ended the night for a lot of innocent bystanders between 2 drivers that have some issues going on this whole season, though.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned that before as well, but yeah, well, like I said, kind of unfortunate for you tonight, but hopefully we see you next week at Kansas, and hopefully a little bit better circumstance, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hopefully, man, and hopefully can lock up a playoff spot and start focusing on that, man. Appreciate it.
Definitely. We'll see you next week at Kansas.
Thanks, man.
That was Jorge Lesma Jr., that 44 machine, as he'll double falling back up here on lap 111. Currently, we only have 8 cars on the lead lap. I mean, I'm just so surprised. I mean, this race was going so well. Pretty clean the first 50 laps, and ever since then, just absolute chaos has ensued. As these drivers mentioned, these cars are kind of fragile tonight. Not typical though in the O'Reilly's cars though, how fragile they are, blowing up easily, especially at a track like this, so short, so fast. And just kind of sucks these drivers are getting involved in those little wrecks, taking themselves out big time. Going green at this time by. Green flag is out. And Michael Osmond with a great jump once again. Christian Proctor in third. See about quickly here is I think current cars running, I think we have around maybe 12 or so And I mean, from the looks of it, none of the other drivers, based off what we can talk to them of, can restart and regroup themselves back going. John McGill, Andrew Jones close to right now. As there goes Jeremy Gill getting around Christian Proctor there. There's our single file himself out quite quickly here. As in the meantime, since the driver is kind of just single file out for now, we'll bring another driver from the infield care center, Drafty Beef, here in a few moments' time. Also wrecked out quite early here in 20th place. Talk us through our run through his wreck. Hello, Draft, you got a copy?
I'm here, bud.
So obviously not the night you probably wanted out before, even 100 laps into this one. Talk to your night before that, and also what kind of led up to that moment in that wreck.
Yeah, no, I was hoping to still be in this one. It's my favorite track. I was honestly feeling real good tonight. Not that I could go out and win it, but I was definitely feeling like I could have got a top 10 tonight. Man, it's just the wreck happened in front of me, nowhere to go. Kind of, I think, what was it? Dan Ames hit the barrels right in front of me. I clipped him, and Jorge hit me head on, and that was it. The car was done. I don't know. I feel like cars are made out of glass tonight with how many people DNF'd. I feel like some of these cars could have been repaired yet still, but iRacing said, no, you're done. And now I'm just sitting here watching the rest of the, 8 cars left on track?
Yeah, definitely not. No driver wants to have that feeling, and especially, like you said, you're probably your favorite racetrack on the schedule.
Oh, sir.
But,
I'm now hoping that our teammate here, Nick Ruffini, hopefully he can pull out a good finish here tonight. I believe he's currently running second, so he's got a lot of work to do to catch that 74 car.
Yeah, I would definitely say so, but anyone that I think for tonight's, I know you have the greatest run, but just overall, the race that you did run.
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank all the drivers that come out every week and make this all possible. You know, without the drivers, we wouldn't have a league. Thank my other admins for helping run the show behind the scenes, making the tough calls, and of course the main series sponsor, Trisha's Learning Center. Wouldn't be able to have a broadcast without them. And thank you and your company for doing the broadcast and always put on such an amazing show.
Well, of course, and like I said, unfortunate that you got involved in that wreck there, but we'll see you next week at Kansas.
Yep, looking forward to it, bud.
Thank you. That was Jockey Beef in the number 2 machine, currently in 20th place. Doesn't look like he's able to continue at all. And I'm surprised, at least from what I remember, if you do have a blown engine, you can do a 30-minute repair that you can do. So, I mean, according to my telemetry here, the race, even if we go green the rest of the way, it'll be about 45 minutes left in this race tonight. Maybe 70 laps to go, give or take. I think these drivers can, I guess maybe just too much damage or done type of situation could be the case. But we shall see, though. Right now, Christian Proctor kind of closing the gap here on Jeremy Gill. Not really able to do much though. Right now, currently Michael Wiseman 2 seconds ahead of Nick Ruffini. Jeremy Gill about 1.3 behind Ruffini, and Christian Proctor half a second behind Gill. Jones a little further back. Floyd on the lead lap. Even though he had some damage, surprisingly he was able to continue. So probably the biggest surprise so far tonight has been Brady Floyd. Just being able to continue with all that damage he had. I think he was involved in 1 or 2 wrecks. Well, definitely involved in 1 at least that I know of. And I'm surprised he didn't get more damage and keep on playing as King Kuko. 1 lap down, Dan Farron 1 lap down, Robert Altman 5. And that is all that's continued. So we currently have 10 drivers on the racetrack right now completing some laps here. So we're almost halfway point in tonight's race. So I think right now we'll probably go green for quite some time, it seems like. Knock on wood. There's the lap cars right now kind of fighting through some traffic right now currently as Christian McRelly has closed the gap there on Brady Floyd. So almost halfway point in this one right now as Michael Wiseman has pulled his gap, double his gap since last time we checked. He's actually right behind this pack car we're watching out currently. 4 seconds ahead of Nick Ruffini. Christian McRelly kind of backing off there. Brady Floyd and Dan Farron and Robert Altman. Christian McRelly will go 1 lap down. Now only 6 drivers on the lap down currently. So aggressive move here from Michael Wiseman. He's on the lead lap by 4 seconds. He's a race leader by 4 seconds. Very aggressive move getting through his lap traffic. Right move there from Brady Floyd and Brady Floyd in the outside wall. Kenny Kuko around. That's gonna bring out another yellow, I believe. Yes, it will. We have 155. This Floyd getting loose off of turn number 4. Kenny Kuko, just a bystander there. Unfortunately for Kenny Kuko, just a bystander there. As we're bringing another driver from our driver who is out tonight on 12, so we'll talk to him here. Hello, Dylan, you got a copy?
Yeah.
So we're currently in 12th place there, not the night you wanted at all, qualifying a pole position. Seemed like you may have had some sort of issue there on the straightaway, maybe connection issue or something. And also you got some damage as well, getting through a wreck as well before that. So kind of talk us through what happened there, also later in the race as well.
Yeah. I think we had some wheel issues after the contact. I don't know if something came loose or what, but I lost steering right there. Of course, it slammed the inside wall. So kind of when it rains, it pours there. We were just kind of riding. I would get out about a second and then just kind of back off and just start managing the tires. So like that little bit of a buffer, because obviously, we came in like 32 points back from the cutoff, so we were max point racing. And so obviously trying to lead laps but not put the car in any unnecessary risk, and came around the corner, and I don't know if it just didn't happen in time or what, but my spotter didn't tell me there was a wreck, and by the time I saw Thomas sitting in the middle of two, it was a little late. I definitely couldn't have turned left and got under him. I don't think. I mean, I think we would have slammed in the door, so the only hope was to just try and squeeze two on the outside, and got the wall a little harder than we wanted. The team got the car fixed back, about halfway, so it was at least good enough. When they were late in the race, I was just kind of riding. Just my goal was get the lucky dog eats caution, get the lap back in the pit. I could get about a minute of damage fixed every pit stop if I gave a lap back. So as long as I stayed one lap down, I was pretty comfortable. And I don't know if Carson didn't know I had a run. I kind of backed off the lap before that and hit the apron trying to stay off of him, and he was running a pretty kind of lazy turn down the racetrack, so I was using that to get a run, and I just don't know if he didn't know I was there, or didn't know I had a run, and by the time you commit to it here, there's just not enough time to second guess.
Yeah, that's pretty. I think it sums up well. You just don't have time, such a short racetrack and going such high speeds, but like I said, kind of unfortunate for you tonight. Obviously, pole position, you want to thank for tonight's good run, but for up to that point.
Oh yeah, you guys for putting on the broadcast. Church's Learning Center for sponsoring the league. I was hanging out with all the guys over at mid-tier tonight, so shout out to them. I know I haven't checked into the live, been kind of watching back, so maybe Mike can go up there and steal one of the few races he runs every season, and see what happens next week. I think that kind of eliminates us from the points, so I guess we can just go ahead and focus on padding the all-time win list.
Yeah, definitely a goal you can have there, but we'll see you next time at Kansas next week.
Thank you. See that.
Yeah. So I was going to run the 70 machine on a pole sitter. He was looking mighty fast earlier tonight, just had obviously a technical issue in the outside wall, and his wheel kind of coming off of maybe disconnecting or some issue there. I mean, it kind of what it looked like. Unfortunate for him and that 70 machine, but as we just saw a green flag there after the caution, Michael Wiseman out in front. They did jump all over Jeremy Gill. Jeremy Gill a bit loose off of turn number 4. They'll lose a few positions maybe. Showing out currently. No one you look too close to go. You got Nick Graffini, Christian Proctor. Not sure these drivers with the pit at least once. We'll see if Nick Graffini maybe. We'll see if he can move on board here and see what he can do on Christian Proctor. He's kind of just closing the gap around that inside line. Sando with Christian Proctor. Like was about 3-second lead over the rest of the field. Do the other end, crank it up here on lap 179 from the 180. racetrack live here at Bristol, as these two are so close together right now currently on the racetrack. 2 tenths separate these drivers, so he's past 10 or so laps even, plus that even. So these drivers have been on this single field for 34 laps, so they have 110 to go and 109 now. So we'll see how it plays out though. I don't know if they go 140 plus laps. Christian Brock a bit loose on the left rear. Looks like maybe kicking out just a little bit. But he's starting to pull away a little bit from Nick Ruffini as well, so... We'll see if he can keep that up though, about half a second between him and Ruffini now. The gap's still kind of the same pretty much as it was a few laps ago. So almost 100 laps to go this time by from Michael Wiseman, as there it is, 100 laps to go, 50 miles to go in total. Michael Wiseman really has no competition right now, currently out on the racetrack. They made about almost a 4.2 second lead here at Bristol. That's a big margin. And I'm not sure these drivers have to come down pit lane one more time here with 96 to go. Definitely might have to. It'll definitely be close though. Let's see if they all have to come down pit lane eventually. Christian Proctor getting reeled back in here from Nick Ruffini. Ruffini's been kind of actually these last few laps has been doing a little bit different than Brock. Looks like he's kind of getting a little wider entry maybe. We'll see a little zoomed out camera here. Looks like we're feeling a little up the racetrack, a little above that yellow line. As Proctor's pulled back out his second place lead right now, currently on Nick Ruffini. As Jeremy Gill and Christian McRae pretty close together for 4th and 5th. Can Matt Grelly get up to here to Jeremy Gill? So he's closing that gap right now. As here comes Christian McRae. So here comes Matt Crowley to the inside. He'll clear off turn number 2. He'll move himself into 4th place. Right on for Christian Matt Crowley. He's looking for his 4th top 5 this season. He's one of the few drivers in the top 8 who have not. He's the only driver in the top 8 who has not led a lap so far this season. He's very consistent. 5 top 10s, 3 top 5s. He's been very under the radar here in his 7 starts this season. It looks like Christian Proctor actually catching up here to Michael Wiseman these past few laps. Big time, actually 2 seconds is the gap now. Not sure if something happened to Wiseman there. 76 laps to go. Is he maybe saving some fuel? We'll go on board here with the 74 machine. As here he comes on pit lane here with 75 to go. They'll have to make at least 1 pit stop, it looks like. It's Proctor on pit lane as well. Nick Ruffini, looks like Andrew Jones gets to see out a little bit. Christian McRae is yet to pit as well. The caution does come out. That'll trap Michael Wiseman, Christian Proctor, and Nick Ruffini a lap down. That would be very, very detrimental to their race here. So the last thing you want to see is a caution. It looks like Christian McRae down pit lane. His caution is out though. Not sure what happened. Christian Proctor a little slow. Yeah, it was Christian Proctor. Nick Ruffini dodging him there. And unfortunately for Christian McRae, hitting at the wrong time. If you see, just one more lap is whoa, that was close. This Proctor I think got a little bit rear end damage though, but 65 laps to go. Andrew Jones actually staying out there. This looks like Michael Wiseman will retake the race. Christian McRae gets to stay out here and get his lap back. Nick Ruffini second, Andrew Jones in third, Christian Proctor fourth. So in this time, we'll take a quick little break and we're right back here from Bristol Motor Speedway with around 62 laps to go. back live here with coming to 60 laps to go. Green flags back in the air. Michael Weisman with a great launch there in the turn number 1 on the restart zone as well. He'll close Nick Ruffini for second. There's only 5 cars currently on the lead out there. Christian Proctor, Christian Marcelli, as well ahead of him, Andrew Jones, Nick Ruffini, and Michael Weisman in the top 5. Dan Farron 1 lap down though, so we get a quick yellow here. He would be a lucky dog. He would be a lucky dog position to get his lap back. Brady Floyd currently in 9th place, 3 laps down. Robert Altman in 10th, 9 laps down. Christian Proctor getting around Christian Marcelli there. Macro, excuse me. Here with 57 laps to go. Pretty much go time here. These drivers only have around 15 or so minutes left in real life time. Go as quickly as possible here. And Nick Ruffini not taking any chances here. He's pushing as hard as he can to get up to our current race leader, Michael Weisman. Trying to do as much as he can right now currently. Looks like Weisman kind of pulling away now here from that 04 machine. The gap has stretched up to around half a second here. Now the gap still around 6/10 of a second, but Andrew Jones not too far back either as well. They're around about a tenth or so slower each lap here from the current race leader of Michael Weisman. And looks like Ruffini not closing. He is closing that gap down just slightly a bit. We'll go on board here with this 04 machine. Weisman has opened up that gap just a little bit more, so it's kind of a little give and take here these past few laps. Weisman gets a few laps, and then Ruffini gets a few laps as well. Looks like Nick Ruffini just doesn't seem like he has a long run speed to really do much here against Michael Wiseman. As we could have a 3-car battle here for second place in a few moments' time. As here comes Andrew Jones, Christian Proctor as well. As here comes Proctor for second here with 32 laps to go. He got around Jones pretty easily. Can he get around Nick Ruffini, who's kind of struggling these past few races, these past few laps? Oh, Proctor gonna give him the bumper there off of turn number 4. Ruffini doesn't seem too phased by it through turn 4 and down the front straightaway as well. As these drivers nose the tail here off of turn number 4. And look who's joined the picture as well, Christian McRae. We could see a 4-car duel here with 26 laps to go for second. Some chaos could ensue here these last 25 laps now. There's 4 cars under a blanket here currently. Proctor, he had a chance. I just don't know if he has the momentum to maybe do much here. He gets that second place spot, especially just kind of around the same line as Nick Ruffini. I don't know if it's going to work out here. They'll have to probably try a different line like the outside or middle. Gotta see Jones doing the same thing as these drivers are under a blanket within half a second of all these drivers. 4 cars within half a second of each other. As here comes Proctor, he runs the outside. Lloyd looks to the inside now, not quite. He'll back out of it there. Now he's back to the middle. Here he comes, good run. He looks to the inside, not quite. He's got to stay up top now. He's trying the long way around here at Bristol. It might work out, I think it will. On the outside, gets a bit loose. He noses ahead for now. I think he'll clear here off of turn 4. Yes, he will. And he moves himself solely up to second place here with 19 laps to go at Bristol. Michael Wiseman had 3-second lead over Christian Proctor. It's going to be tough for Proctor to even have a chance to catch up to that 74 machine, but stranger things have maybe happens as he's pulled away instantly here from Nick Ruffini. Here comes Christian Maccarelli around the outside. Can he quite get there? That 50 machine, can he work himself in the top 3 spot? Nick Ruffini's falling back to 4th place. Will he fall out in the 5th place though, behind Andrew Jones? Jones still trying to work his way back. Nick Ruffini. Jones with a little bit fresher tires though, about 9 laps fresher overall. Now we're about 10 laps to go right now. Kenny Kuka is actually caught up here to Jeremy Gill. Just for 7th place as well. The drivers both 3 laps down. We also battle here for 4th place with 8 laps to go. Kenny Kuka gets around Jeremy Gill for 7th pretty easily. But side by side, oh, Andrew Jones, what at the racetrack he goes. Missed that one there. Up the racetrack, he was side by side. Just got into marbles. Maybe he got a bit too loose off the exit of turn number 2. I think that's going to be all she wrote there. But here comes Christian Proctor. 7/10 of a second between him and Michael Wiseman. Wiseman struggling these tires. 5 laps to go this time by. This one's not over yet here, folks. Half a second out is the gap. All he needs is 1/10 a lap. He has a chance maybe to get up there. He has a chance to maybe duke it out here for the race win. 4 laps to go this time by. He's closing in big time. It's now coming to 3 to go this time. Gap 3/10. Here comes Proctor. Good run off of turn number 4. He saved his tire as well. 3 laps to go this time by. Wiseman struggling big time. We're on board here with Proctor. Will he move him out of the race way here? And up the racetrack, he gets loose off of turn 2, doesn't have the momentum to do anything. Off of turn number 4, Proctor to the inside, Wiseman blocking, contact made, Proctor to the inside, he doesn't hit the inside wall. The contact between him and Wiseman, that's going to cost Proctor a chance, an opportunity here at the win, possibly with 2 laps to go this time by coming to white flag here for Michael Wiseman. He just has to get around one more time here, 15 seconds. Gas about 4 tenths, now 3 tenths. We'll practice in the last ditch effort into turn number 3 and 4. He's getting as deep as he can, but it's not going to be enough. Michael Wiseman off of turn 4, a scare at the end, but he wins here at Bristol. The Adria Esports Battle at Bristol 150. And what a dramatic race that was, ending that was there for Michael Wiseman. But he picks up the Bristol win here tonight. And Christian Proctor was so close there at the end. As we'll take a quick break and we'll speak to our top 3 finishers and also look at our final race results as well. We're back here live at Bristol Motor Speedway after what a tremendous ending that was, and dramatic battle at the end there. Saw great battles throughout that final round, 50, 60 or so laps there at the end. So we'll take a quick look at our final race results as well. For tonight's race. Obviously, our race winner Michael Wiseman picking up the win over Christian Proctor in second, Christian McRae in third, Nick Ruffini fourth, Andrew Jones in fifth, Dan Farron in sixth, Ian Kuko seventh, Jeremy Gill ninth or eighth, Robert Ullman ninth, Brady Floyd rounding out the top 10. Thomas Osborne 11th, Dylan Canova 12th, Carson Roland 13th, Jonathan Marsh 14th, Brian Lorenzo 15th, Jacob Wilson 16th, JD Van Kirk 17th, Jake Graven 18th, Drafty Reed 19th, and Dan Ames rounding out the top 20. 24th, Jorge Lesma Jr., Rachel Sullivan 22nd, Tom Lanier 23rd, David Chibley 24th, Bryson Anderson 25th, and Marty White 26th place. As we'll bring in our race winner here of Michael Wiseman, picking up the win there late at the end. Hello, Mike, you got a copy?
Hello.
So you pick up the win here tonight at Bristol, and nerve-wracking finish though. Those last 5 laps. Talk us through that one.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for Proctor. I kind of did park it on his nose. Me and him were talking. I burnt the right front up, and I was like, "Well, he's catching. I need to give it a little more throttle to try to keep it to rotate," and just over rotated and almost killed him. I'm happy he didn't, and we got second, or he got second. But I mean, that was his race. Honestly, I was just happy Ford came out the way it did. But I also feel bad for Dylan Canova because I was looking forward to us three going at it at the end because I felt like we had the most speed out of everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you still put on a great result here tonight, starting in second place. And once Dylan kind of had his issues, though, at the beginning of the race, kind of around lap 50 or 60 or so, you kind of just took that lead, never looked back really until the end there. Just talks to how you were so good throughout the run and also kind of your strategy there at the end, right before that kind of a pitting there before the caution coming out as well.
I mean, honestly, I didn't really have a strategy. I was just like, I know we had 4 sets in the pits, and I wanted to keep one for the end, so I was trying to aim to like 7,500 lap range on tires. Luckily, cautions fell near that. I mean, I tried saving a little bit towards the end, but I just burnt the right front off when I made contact with the wall. I just hate how the Xfinity car is. I don't run it enough. I know once it gets damaged, it just kills the right front. But me and Dylan were talking a little bit beforehand. We were just trying to pace ourselves at the start. He was showing me a little bit of lines what to run because I don't run NASCAR stuff. I'm more of a short track guy. So I only try showing up for the short tracks, and he helped me a little bit with the car. And I mean, it helped a great ton with line wise and all that. So appreciate him a ton, along with Jeremy for everything they do.
Like I said, congrats on your win here tonight. Anyone else you had thank for tonight's win?
There's everyone I was in voice chat with, not Proctor, sorry, but shout out to him for racing me as clean as he did. JD Kirk, Kenny, Drafty for doing this also, and everyone that puts us on, and you guys doing this too.
Like I said, congrats on your win here tonight. We'll see you possibly next week at Kansas.
Probably. Thanks for having me.
Of course. It was Mike Wiseman, our race winner here tonight. We'll bring our second place finisher of Christian Proctor. He came up just short at the end there. Saved plenty of tires and just honestly probably could have had that win easily. That contact didn't happen, occur on the front straightaway. Hello, Christian, got a copy?
Yep, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. You pick up second here. Heartbreaking finish there for you. Almost had it there at the end. Some contact there on the front straightaway. Talk us through that kind of final run. How were you able to save so much tires and able to catch up to Michael so quickly there at the end?
Honestly, I have no clue. I kind of just stuck to the bottom. Tried to get my left sides down there on the yellow line the whole time in the corners. And wasn't trying to push it too much, even though I brought up that last caution. But yeah, I was able to save tire and catch up to him. I was hoping to get around him. I should have shot around his outside like I did to Nick, but it happens. I got up on his left rear there and got him a little loose.
And overall, great run for you here tonight. Second place, I believe, just certifies you're pretty much, I don't know if you're locked into the regular season champion, but I'm sure it's pretty solidified. So what's kind of your thought process next week going to Kansas, kind of maintain that spot?
Kansas, I think I'm pretty decent at Kansas. Honestly, just same thing as tonight. Just try to go out there and survive and try to at least finish the race on the lead lap.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congrats on your second here tonight at Bristol. Anyone I want to thank for tonight's great run?
I just want to thank my team, Subpar Motorsports. You know, we don't all show up every week, but hey, we're always there to help each other out, and yeah.
Well, congrats on your second. And we'll see you next week at Kansas.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
So it's Christian Proctor in the 13 machine picking up second place. Could have easily picked up that win and been in victory lane tonight, but just not able to make it happen. But overall, pretty excited ending there to that race. We had kind of the mid-pack battle there for second, third, fourth, and fifth for a while. But Christian Marcelli picking up third there, not in for interview. But overall, That was a kind of a fun race, second half of the race. Some strategy involved, tire strategy, and also a lot of carnage here tonight. Not unexpected, but unfortunate for a lot of those drivers. But overall, pretty enjoyable Bristol race, I would say, for the most part. But next up on the Legends Racing Network, tomorrow night we go to Charlotte for the Superstar Arca Cup Series. Their chase continues there as well. And next week we go to Kansas here in the top tier Racing O'Reilly Series. And there's a regular season finale as well. So have some seasons ending here shortly, about in the next month and a half or so. So it's really go time for those two series and crunch time for a lot of these drivers as well. So we'll see you tomorrow night for the Superstar Cup Series, and see you next week for the top tier Racing O'Reilly Series.